Hello, 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 guys. It is Monday, June 23rd. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Just now getting around to filming these videos. I was in Walla Walla over the weekend, spending some time with the grands and the kids. I got home semi-late last night. I was going to do some filming, but I was catching up on all the TV shows that I missed while I was gone. And next thing I knew, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I'm not recording at this point. So here I am, first thing in the morning. So here's a reminder what last week's card looked like. I created a little tuck spot with stamped images that were in a repeat pattern, as well as repeating stamp. And I made just a little cute little journal card to go in there. But last week's prompt was repeat. This week is thread. I will admit I have not watched Shinuki's video, so I don't know what next week's prompt is. I just haven't. This week, not fully formulated in my thought if whether or not this is gonna work, but we're gonna give it a shot. This week's prompt is thread. And I'm kind of inspired by the old school, the thread art where you have the nails and you go round and round and round. Well, that's kind of what I'm going to try to do. I don't know how it's going to turn out being a heart shape, but we're going to see. Also, I still have not found my pokey tool. I don't know. The only place I can figure is it fell behind my table, which requires me to get down on my hands and knees to find it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I'm off. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So I gotta do one extra. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay. I am going to glue this on the base. Should be using the good glue, but I need to get some acetone to get it thinned out because, it's still very thick and doesn't want to come out of the bottle. And while I Googled and it said mineral spirits would thin silicone glue, it really hasn't. It seems like it actually made it more sticky because now instead of it moving and, it just kind of goes plunk as a big block rather than a slow drip of glue. So I need to get myself to the store at some point and get myself some actual acetate. Now I have these little brads. They're the pretty green ones with their glittery and shiny. Not ones that I would use. I struggled to use them already, to be honest, because they're glittery. Not my typical aesthetic. So I'm going to put these all around, and these are going to serve as the nails, so to speak. Okay. I get some on here. I'm not like doing the legs on it yet because I want to flip it over, and I want to trim the legs down. You can do this with any pair of scissors. You just do want to be aware that it does kind of mar your scissors up a little bit. So you probably don't want to use like your best scissors. Come on. Do-do-do. I'm kind of scanning my desk as we're going because I'm looking for something that'll work a little better. For trimming. So I don't want to use my good scissors. And I'm actually not even figuring, oh, they're there. I'm like, I don't even know where they're at. You'll probably hear these flinging all over the place. Yes, they are going to go all over my craft room. Which is a big reason why I do a major vacuum and clean in this room whenever my kid comes to visit, because we put an air mattress in here for him. This one is being stubborn. Doesn't want to separate. That one doesn't want to either. I have like no nails to speak of. If you've been watching my community post or watched my last two, my Monday and Tuesday last week, you'll know that one of my friend's daughters ran away with an adult. She has since been found. And is doing okay. I cannot get this one to separate. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that one down. It does not want to come apart and separate itself. But needless to say, I pretty much chewed my nails down while all of that was going on. So I don't have any nails to work with right now. That was a harrowing experience, I tell you. It was a lot. Really frustrated with our law enforcement because even though he was an adult in custody of a minor, and he picked her up from school and took her from her family without permission, he is facing no repercussions. They didn't arrest him. He's doing no jail time. No charges, no nothing. I'm like, I don't get that, and it was like, oh, because he was such a good boy at the time they pulled him over. Essentially, he didn't argue with the police and turned her over right away. So he didn't get charged. I'm like, what the heck, man? He had her for a week. Makes no sense to me. I would be absolutely beyond livid. At least want that one. So as you can see, I kind of gave up on trimming these because it's creating more issue than I was hoping it would solve. Yeah, and obviously this is going to have a lot of pokies on the back. So what I'm going to do for that, I'm going to take some. So I'll show you. This is the glue. See, it doesn't roll. And when I squeeze it to get it moving, it goes in one big clump. While this is trying to get down where it needs to go, I'll check out this. Okay, good. I've been keeping an eye on a fire that's burning up near where my daughter lives. And when I went to bed last night, they were on a level 2 evacuation. You can see how thick this is. That is not how this glue is supposed to work. But I got to get myself into the store and get some acetone. to be able to, if I want to even thin that out. I may not. I may just dump it out and move on to a new bottle. But I hate wasting. So in reality, I probably won't. This is a lot of glue though. And it's not real, I mean, it's not real sticky. It's pretty, I mean, you guys have, if you've watched my videos, you've seen me roll this glue off my hands before. Because it gets stuck, you know. And it's like not even sticking to my fingers. All I'm trying to do here is just get some glue down so that, see, it almost like cured, I guess is a decent enough term there, the glue. So it's like not liquid anymore, which kind of defeated the purpose. That's why we do acetone, is to give it, you know, loosen it up. But it didn't do it in, like, you know, I expected it to. Now this is not to give this a writing surface. There's no way it would become a writing surface. I'm not even sure this is going to stick. Let's see. Doesn't look like it's even, nope, it's not even going to stick. All right. That's all right. Maybe the glue will at least give some cushion. Maybe. See, it just rolls up. So yeah, I'll have to deal with this after the fact, once I decide what I'm doing about that glue. Because clearly it's not going to glue anything if it's not sticky. Which it's not anymore. Now watch, it'll stick to my table. Okay, so thread. That's what I'm talking about, the thread art. Got my black, I'm going to go with black thread. I'm going to get a bunch of it. So I'm going to double it up. I don't know how much I need. So. Oh, Roxy's Medieval Mirage Monday has dropped. At least I'll have a video to watch in a little bit. Okay. Sorry, I know I'm off camera. My thread decided to become a knot. Okay, well, we're just going to tear it off. We're just going to break it off. Pardon me for a second. All right, we're back. Had to deal with my throat. Okay, so we're just going to tie this on. Around the shank of that. Trim off this little extra. to see how this is going to work. The idea came out of my head, but I don't know if it's going to work. Okay, and then we're going to go around this one. And then, yep, those two are too close together. So did anybody ever do string art like this when they were younger? I know I did. And I've been seeing an ad come across my Facebook for a company that you can like send a picture, your own picture in, and they'll turn it into a string art. And I'm like, ooh, that would be kind of cool. And then I saw the price. I'm like, it's not so cool. I don't even know if they sell string art kits like in craft stores and stuff anymore. Has anybody ever seen them? It is like the weirdest feeling on the back. That weird glue now. Well, my daughter's off at a training, so she is officially training to be the produce manager at her store. Just so cool. I'm very, very happy for her. It was supposed to happen when she worked at Walmart. She was supposed to be getting promoted to the management position. And all kinds of craziness happened, and it never happened. So, this is apparently my scissors have picked up some magnetism here. You just saw that. Just flung those little brads everywhere. Didn't realize they were going to stick to my scissors. So, just pardon me for a second while I run my magnet on the floor by my feet. Pick up a paper clip, pick up a brad that fell, and all the little pieces that I can now put in the garbage. I already took my med, stinks. knit away. Okay. So my carryover item this week is that brown paper that's on the bottom. The leather, faux leather paper. I do still have my stamp that I gotta get on there. And I have a sentiment that says craftiness is happiness. I almost feel like I want something like right there in the center. Been using a lot of wet glue while I'm being stubborn about the Fabrifix. I may have to go back and glue this later. I don't know if this white, if this glue is going to hold it, but. Kind of wanted a little something extra behind my stamp there. Normally I would definitely use the Fabrifix there because it's fabric and layers and stuff, whatnots. Right now I'm just using regular old white glue, and we'll see how it holds. If it doesn't, then I will come back off camera and glue it with better glue. Craftiness is happiness. My sentiment for today. Again, just putting a lot of white glue on there. Put that down there. Oh! See what I just did? Craftiness is happiness. Let's see. I want a bird in the center. Back into my die cuts. I think these would be too big. looks cute. Let's see. Small hearts. Those are way too big. Too big. Too big. These hearts, which isn't much different in size from this one. I think I like that shape better though. Okay. Now, let's put those all aside for a sec. Let's see what colors I got in here. Purple, yellow, burgundy, I don't mind the burgundy, I don't mind the green. I feel like I need to lighten it up. White's too white. Yeah, I think I like that one. I don't think that wet glue is going to glue that on there. That's going over a whole lot of layers. Definitely gonna have to come back and do better glue there. Oh, there's two of those. Let's see what color. Eyelet. Yeah, you need to just do a copper one. Oh, I do have a brown. Or do I want to do a light green? Light green. front bumper is stuck. I'll say I didn't hear my vacuum cleaner take off for its next round. Because it didn't. Where's my pen? There's my pokey tool, just fell to the floor. Right about there. Vacuum cleaner will just have to wait. It's all gluey. Where did my... Where'd my eyelet go? Seriously. I don't know where it went. I don't see it nowheres. Okay, so there we are. This is week 24 of hashtag Full Deck Challenge by Shinuki Art. Oh. Craft-A-Lanch. Craft-A-Lanch. Week 24. Last week and this week. Thread was our theme for this week. So stay tuned next week and I'll watch your video and figure out what our prompt is for next week. But in the meantime, we will talk to you in the next video. Bye!